And what rules did I break this time? Because you know I like to break writing rules. When I wrote the first Heather Darling, in the case of the killer tampon, I went at it just having fun. I didn't know if I could write a whole novel. I just flew by the seat of my pants, and I broke rules. I broke a major rule, because there's a main character and a very primary character, both with the same first name, Heather, which is a rule. It's a good rule, and it's a rule for a reason, because it's very hard when you have similar named characters. It's very hard to make it clear for the reader and have it not be confusing, and everybody be able to, for everyone to be able to tell who's saying what, when, who's doing what, when, all that sort of thing. But I broke that rule. And this time I broke another rule. And I added something that people don't usually have in their novels. But the rule I broke this time was the Heather Darling novels are written in first person. So everything's pretty much from Heather's point of view. And with this novel isn't a whodunit. It's a will they catch him. So it's a will, you know that a crime has been committed, will they catch the killer? And so this time I did write a prologue and another chapter and a section besides that, from the killer's point of view, where the reader takes a journey with the killer. And then as the two characters' storylines converge, as Heather's storyline comes into the killer's world, or returns to the killer's world, however you want to say it, as their storylines converge, then you end up just with Heather's. And some people won't like it. They will think it's not professional or not well done. I had fun experimenting with it, and I think it works. Although, I tell you, when you're getting ready to release a book, I don't know how to explain it. I would say, I call them Columbo moments, but it's actually for about a month. I felt like I was channeling the character Columbo, because I mentally think, well, the book is ready now, and then a few minutes later, something inside my head would go, wait a minute, one more thing, check this thing, check that thing, wait a minute, check this. And I ended up, before it was over, having a whiteboard in High Command, which is my writing room, and I literally called it a hit list. Hit on this, check this, look at this, go over here, back here, to where eventually, after a couple weeks of steady going over the hit list, eventually I had to proclaim it done and just throw Columbo's cigar far, far away so he'd go chase it and leave me alone. And that's what I did. But then I, once again, in the middle of the night, now I'm having the middle of the night panics. So I had in the middle of the night panic that there was a storm and my computer tower was destroyed, and then I had no novel. So I had a race at 5 a.m. one morning to boot up my computer and grab a zip drive and download the finished product so it wouldn't be gone if there was a major thunderstorm and my tower was compromised. So there was that. And now I'm having kind of a little bit of a panic going, maybe there should have been a couple more chapters where the reader is spending time with the killer. And I'm like, no, we wrote it. I wrote it this way. Yes, it's slightly people may find it unbalanced, but the killer is unbalanced, so why not let it add to the mood? And so there's that. And then the other less traditional thing I did is, instead of having an excerpt of the next novel, I included some things that didn't make it into the novel itself. I call it cuts. and it's basically my version of deleted scenes. If it was a movie DVD, these would be the deleted scenes. And I wrote one really great short story with Heather Sampson, or Hot Heather, and Detective Jillian, and it was a lot of fun, and I really just wanted to share it with readers. So those are the rules I broke, or those are the things I did that are less traditional.